I've accumulated 3 different types of ATV trailers that I'm now using on my land that have been really helpful to me. We're going to show all 3 of them today, starting with this one here. I had this one built in order to haul mostly my hardwood out of the forest and some smaller softwood that'll fit on this. This is just a single axle trailer that I'll show in underneath in a minute. It's got these bars here to hold the wood on the sides. I can extend these up higher if I want to, but I don't usually have to just because I'm limited in how much weight my 3-wheeler will haul. And on our last video, we showed us building up the trail here underneath us. So today we're going to be doing multiple runs across these logs here that we put down and hopefully packing everything down into the wet soil underneath and making a decent trail here for ourselves to haul these over. Okay, this is a full trailer. The trailer itself could take more weight. The 3-wheeler can't, so we'll go with this here. We take this over some pretty rough terrain in through here. Our trail needs a lot of work. With my logging trailer, I basically just drive the same trail around in a circle through my block of woods, and I can haul any hardwood that I cut out somewhere to the edge of the trail to throw onto the trailer. Here's a closer look at it. It's got about an 8-foot long deck. I made sure that with the wheels it was still no more than the width of my 3-wheeler, just for, you know, weaving in through my trails. Got some decent sized tires on it for clearance. Just single axle with some nice springs in underneath in order to hold the weight. This trailer's become indispensable over here for my logging, where previously I had to carry all this out on my shoulder. It's just too far of a distance now. So we unload our logs right here off of the trailer into a pile over there. We'll come along with the chainsaw and chop all of that into lengths and then pile it over here. And then from here I'll show you the next trailer. We would take this stuff and I can load it on and then take this firewood out of here over to my house where I burn it. This is the next type of trailer that I use over here. These ones allow me to carry around the finished product of my firewood and maybe a small amount of rocks and things that would otherwise tumble off the first trailer that I showed. These ones aren't built nearly as durable as the other one, so there's no springs underneath this, but it doesn't have to carry nearly the amount of weight as my log hauling trailer does. And I don't actually use this a whole lot for firewood, but if I had to move it around the property, this would be the type of thing you'd want to maybe use for that purpose. Here's a closer look at this one. Again, they don't build these ones very sturdy at all. Just a single small little axle underneath there. So someday I'm going to break one of these with a load of rock in them. But for firewood, it seems adequate to carry what I need to there. So now the third trailer we're going to pull out and we'll show it in action. My third trailer here was designed specifically to haul softwood trees. When harvesting hardwood trees, if I have a large diameter tree that's really heavy, I can just cut it into a short length that I can still pick up and move. But with softwood trees, you want to preserve as long a length as you can that's usable. It gets unmanageable on the trailer that we just had. If you've got a really long one like this here is over 20 feet, it just won't sit on the trailer, and some of them get to be too heavy also for that type of trailer. So this is what we've got for hauling our large softwood trees. It was welded together by a guy here in New Brunswick. He did a really good job on it. It's all really heavy duty tubing that he used. He's got guards here in front of the tires, and I'll show you how this thing works when I get it lined up with the tree. I appreciate how lightweight this whole setup is. If you go back to our video on the Ford Transit Connect, you can see us pulling this right out of the back of the cargo van. We're already up off the ground to some degree, but this is designed that if your log is in here on the ground and you hook your chain around it, as you take off, this here just runs up to the top of the bar and it'll lift your log up. Fortunately, I've got a couple trees right here lined up in the way, so I've got to try to get this over. Hook up at a different angle to get around this tree here. Hopefully it'll come through this gap. Look here at the 3 trailers. If you're into small scale forestry, I would recommend you get an ATV, maybe a 4x4, because these are getting pretty hard to find, and invest in a few trailers like this. The one on the end, I can move my final split firewood and rocks and things of that nature. The one in the middle, I can move really large diameter, heavy or long logs with it. And the one out here, I can move mostly all my firewood. So between these 3, I can do a lot of work here on my land. I've got to wrap it up for tonight. My old 3-wheeler here doesn't have a headlight, so I've got to get home. Thanks for watching.